Our teams from North Allegheny, Bethel Park, and Fox Chapel High Schools. Here's your host, Rick Dayton. Get your hands on your buzzers and let's play.
Glad you are with us here on Hometown HighQ. Some really successful programs are going to go head-to-head in this three-way matchup. Each one of the three teams has 100 points as we start Hometown HighQ with this theme of have a good trip. I know I sound like a travel agent right now. We're not traveling on vacation, but I need you to identify the following, all associated with various journeys. Some of them are real, some of them are fictional, but think about have a good trip as we start round one. Hands on your buzzers. Here we go. Ring in when you think you know. This fictional detective traveled to the Reichenbach Falls, North Allegheny.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes to confront Dr. Moriarty. You are correct. Fleeing to Mexico, could not protect this Bolshevik from Stalin's assassins. Fox Chapel.
Leon Trotsky.
Trotsky is correct. This mythical musician traveled to Hades to rescue his wife. It's Fox Chapel ringing again.
Orpheus.
Orpheus is correct. You've got two of the first three answers correct. In 1812, this French general retreated with his army from Russia, North Allegheny.
Napoleon.
Napoleon Bonaparte, correct. This nephew of Abraham fled the city of Sodom with his family. Fox Chapel.
Lot.
Lot is correct. For the last Winter Olympics, athletes traveled to this Russian city. Fox Chapel.
Sochi.
Sochi is right. She fled Scotland, but was jailed and executed by her cousin, Fox Chapel again.
Mary Stuart, Queen of Scots.
Mary Stuart, Queen of Scots, that is correct. And in 622, he made the Hijra from Mecca to Medina. Who was it? Fox Chapel.
Oh, Muhammad.
Muhammad, absolutely correct. And with that, Fox Chapel's got the lead as we have played one of our 5 rounds of Hometown HighQ.
Westfield Insurance Hometown HighQ is brought to you by Westfield Insurance. Sharing knowledge, building trust.
So we have 9 great students who are here playing Hometown HighQ. We're going to give you a chance to tell everybody. This is your moment in the sun. Tell everybody about you and what you like to do when you're not playing Hometown HighQ. Look right over there and just tell them. Go.
Hi, my name is Shruva Sam, and I enjoy playing the piano, classical Indian dance, and just doing math.
When you're playing the piano, what's your favorite thing to play? You have a favorite piece or a favorite type of music?
I like Schubert a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for being here. Next up from Fox Chapel.
Hi, I'm Frank. I'm a senior at Fox Chapel. I'm president of our school's Model United Nations team. I'm also involved in forensics and PJAS, and in my free time I like to read and just hang out with friends.
Excellent. Glad you're here, Frank. Good to see you again. I know you were here last year. A newcomer this year to the team. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Rama. I'm a senior at Fox Chapel. I'm co-captain of our forensics team, vice president of our Indian Society, an active science fair participant, and I've been a Girl Scout for 12 years.
Excellent. Congratulations on that activity and welcome to Fox Chapel. You're going to see a subtle hint of orange through this next team. You do everywhere you go in Bethel Park. You can't help but see orange. Maxwell, tell us about yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Max Reese. I'm a junior at Bethel Park High School. I compete on the forensics team, and I'm involved with the science club.
Okay, next up is Jack. Nice orange tie.
My name is Jack. I'm the co-captain of our school's debate team. I play the saxophone in the marching band, and I'm an Eagle Scout in Boy Scout Troop 215.
What was your Eagle Scout project?
I created a community garden at my church to grow food.
Wonderful, wonderful. Next up is William, another orange tie.
My name is Billy Prudeloff. I'm a junior at BPHS currently. I'm involved in the forensics team and also the science club.
All right, so we go from orange to tiger stripes, Bethel Park to North Allegheny. If you would, tell us about yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Sasha Nikanan. I'm a senior at North Allegheny Senior High School, and I'm on the speech and debate team.
Okay, what's your favorite thing to do? Are you a Lincoln Douglas? What's your favorite thing in speech and debate?
Public forum.
Public forum, okay, excellent. Joseph's next.
Hi, I'm Joseph Zubro. I play the bass guitar in our jazz band and also in the marching band.
Okay, what do you play in marching band?
Bass guitar again.
Okay, very good. You don't march with that. You probably stay in one place.
No, I stand up front with the marimbas and such.
Okay, very good. Next up is Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric Mee. I'm treasurer of our class council, and I actually do the Lincoln Douglas debate.
Excellent. So there we go. We've got it all covered from Fox Chapel to Bethel Park and now North Allegheny, all around the great city of Pittsburgh. As we move to non-competitive round right now, next round is the database round. Each of the teams will work together to see how they do so they can put their buzzers down and see how they do with these 5 questions. We will start right now with Fox Chapel. Take a look at the monitor. In there you see the phrase, clean a cat last. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but hidden in that phrase is the name of what mythical titan condemned to hold up the heavens on his shoulders?
Atlas.
Atlas is correct. Which of these words would most likely be used to describe payment for services?
Remuneration.
That is correct. If you surround the word if with the correct letters, you would name what tower that is one of the chief tourist attractions in Paris?
Eiffel.
Eiffel Tower is right. Each of these inventions you see there took place in a different century. I need for you to rearrange them in chronological order from the oldest to the most recent.
Oldest to newest.
From the oldest to the most recent. Yes, that's correct.
Movable type. Vulcanized rubber. Jet propulsion.
You are absolutely correct. Well played. And now a quote for you. I imagine he was born with his clothes on. This is a somewhat exaggerated tribute to George Washington. It was spoken by a novelist who wrote The Scarlet Letter. Who was it?
Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Nathaniel Hawthorne is absolutely correct, and you roll right through that round with 5 correct answers, and you've got the lead with 260 points. Bethel Park is up next as we give them the hidden word. Right there, do shivers ale Leslie. Hidden in that question is the name of what French palace noted for its Hall of Mirrors?
Versailles.
Versailles is hidden in there. You got it correct. If you belong to a group whose members were all alike, you could best describe the group by using which of these words?
Homogeneous.
That is correct. Now, what same word referring to an ancient empire should you place in the blanks to identify both a valuable kind of rug and a Middle East Gulf?
Persian.
Persian rug, Persian Gulf. You are correct. Please rearrange these 3 states in the order in which they joined the Union, starting with the earliest.
New Hampshire, West Virginia, Arizona.
You are absolutely correct. And the final question of the round for you. Critic Dorothy Parker wrote a nasty review of A.A. Milne's books about the lovable bear, a friend of Piglet. Who was the bear?
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. That is absolutely correct. And with that, you've got 200 points, and you've moved into second place right now on our game. North Allegheny is the final team to go. 5 questions for the Tigers as well. Take a look. Summer lingers on. Linger over these words to find the hidden name of what legendary magician from King Arthur's court?
Merlin.
Merlin is correct. If you were listening to a plaintive song, the song could best be described by which of these adjectives?
Mournful.
Mournful is correct at the bottom of the list. This is no laughing matter, so please add some letters here to complete the name of the world's largest desert.
Sahara.
Sahara is correct. There are 3 notable mountains listed here. Can you arrange them in order of height, starting with the highest, going to the lowest?
Mount McKinley. Sorry about that. Mount McKinley, Mount Whitney, and Pikes Peak.
You are absolutely correct. Well done. And finally, a quote for you like it was for the other 2 teams. These were the words of what 37th president whose administration was dishonored by the Watergate scandal?
Richard Nixon.
The greatest honor history can bestow is that of a peacemaker. Richard Milhouse Nixon. You are correct. And with that, we've got a new team in second place. But boy, the points are adding up in a hurry, as you would expect, between 3 great competitors here on Hometown HighQ. Glad you're getting smarter with us here on Hometown HighQ on this Saturday morning. We got some great teachers, 9 of them. Fox Chapel has 260 points. Bethel Park has 200. 220 points for North Allegheny. As we go to the picks file right now, take a look at the visual clue and see if that helps. I'll also read another clue and see if that perhaps triggers your memory here. We'll take a look at the first one. It was at this table that negotiators signed what agreement? Finalizing the 1803 sale of an enormous land area to Fox Chapel.
Louisiana Purchase?
Yes, to the United States, Louisiana Purchase. This canoe glides peacefully down the Urubamba River in what South American country North Allegheny rings in?
Brazil?
It's actually Peru. The rest of the question said where Lima is the capital. That might have helped. In 1899, an artist depicted a winter blizzard blanketing what Washington, D.C. Avenue on which the White House is located? North Allegheny.
Pennsylvania?
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is the address. You got it right. This expression is equal to what integer? Bethel Park. What do you think?
6.
56 is the correct answer there. As we move on to the next one, this is a simple summer home of what 17th, 18th century Russian czar who westernized Russia and is known, Fox Chapel.
Peter the Great.
Peter the Great. He was known as the Great or Peter the First. That is correct. This green and white flag is the emblem of what African country whose capital moved from Lagos into Abuja? It's North Allegheny.
Nigeria.
Nigeria is correct, and a couple more questions to go. Which of these three has a non-polar covalent bond? North Allegheny.
CH4.
CH4 or methane. Franklin Roosevelt wanted to pack the Supreme Court by enlarging it to what total of justices? Fox Chapel.
12.
Actually 15, 6 more than the current number of seats. 15 is the correct answer. That is the end of the round. Hometown HighQ continues on into our 16th season, and a lot of these schools that are here today, they've been a part of it from the very beginning. Glad to have them here as Fox Chapel, Bethel Park, and North Allegheny go head-to-head. We start with Fox Chapel right now and meet the coach and the mentor who was with them today. Tell us about her, please.
Hi, this is the wonderful Mrs. Jennifer Klein. She's been at Fox Chapel for over 20 years, teaching an amazing U.S. government politics class and also helping in our school's class/gifted department.
Jennifer, I know how much you love being on TV. Could you have played a game like this when you were in school?
Never. I give these kids so much credit.
It really is amazing. Thank you for what you do. We appreciate you being here. Next up is Bethel Park, as we've got a new face for that team. Let's meet the new coach for Bethel Park.
This is Mrs. Robb. She's a math teacher at Bethel Park High School. She's also our school's new gifted coordinator.
Excellent. What do you teach? What is your favorite math class? If you could pick just one and teach that for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Trig.
Trigonometry?
Yes.
Why? A lot of people groaned over here in the audience when you said that.
No.
What do you like about trig?
No, it's new, it's different, it's fun, and it's wonky.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Congratulations. Thanks for being in here and welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Yep. Next up, North Allegheny, a familiar face that we've seen a time or two before. Tell us about Mrs. Ruffalo, please.
This is Mrs. Ruffalo. She's our gifted education coordinator. She's been at North Allegheny for 16 years. And she sponsors more activities than I could name.
I would imagine. And also, you coordinate the outfits. You have to make sure that they're all set to go.
We're very pleased that we can be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. Good to see you again. So North Allegheny, Bethel Park, and Fox Chapel here right now. We've got 3 envelopes lined up right now. And we're going to put the question to Bethel Park. We'll give you the choice. What do you think? 1, 2, or 3 for Fox Chapel?
3.
Number 3 it is. Okay, here we go. So Fox Chapel, these 8 questions are yours. You can work together. It's a non-competitive round and work to your advantage right now together. Any team that goes a perfect 8 for 8, you know, gets 25 extra points too. Although they don't take selfies, the 4 presidents carved on what South Dakota mountain frequently do have their picture taken by tourists. What do you think?
Jefferson, Lincoln, Roosevelt, and Washington.
I needed the name of the mountain, which was Mount Rushmore. So I'm sorry, that's incorrect. In the 1860s, New Bedford, Massachusetts was a major port for sailors who hunted what large sea mammals in the big business of their time?
Whale.
Whales, correct. High heels were introduced to the world of high fashion, not by a woman, but by what French monarch known as the Sun King? And I do need the
Louis
number.
XIV.
Louis XIV is correct. Take a look at your monitor, please. You'll have multiple choice answers right there for a science question. If the handle of a vibrating tuning fork is pressed against a wooden table, will the sound of the vibrations be higher pitched, louder, or softer? What do you think?
Softer.
Actually gets louder based on the properties of sound waves there. In 1845, a magazine editor first used what 2-word slogan indicating that the United States was fated to expand to the Pacific Ocean?
Manifest Destiny.
Manifest Destiny is correct. If you were casting about for a fish story, you might have read a Hemingway novel about Santiago and a shark.
The Old Man in the Sea.
The Old Man in the Sea is correct. Back to your monitors again. We go to math, and I need you to evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer.
14.
14 is correct, and there were 3 U.S. presidents in 1881. Hayes, Garfield, and what vice president who succeeded to the presidency when Garfield was assassinated?
Chester Arthur.
Chester Arthur is correct. Very well done. And with that, you've got the lead with 390 points. So now we give the question to North Allegheny. Need you to pick a number, 1 or 2. The envelope goes to Bethel.
2.
2 it is. Okay, here we go. Again, the bonus is up for grabs for any team that goes a perfect 8 for 8. Even the bravest beautician would refuse to work on Medusa, whose head was covered with what writhing creatures instead of hair?
Snakes.
Snakes or serpents, that is correct. Engineers of the shipbuilding firm of Harland and Wolff must have felt sunk when what ocean liner that they had designed sank on its maiden voyage in 1912?
Titanic.
The Titanic is correct. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was the first American honored in the hallowed Poets' Corner of what famous London Abbey?
Westminster.
Westminster Abbey is correct. Science is a multiple choice for all three teams, so here are your options. Which of these instruments can convert light into an electric current?
Photoelectric cell.
Photoelectric cell, right there in the middle. That is correct. Choice number 2. Although, according to legend, all of the flying carpets in the world were destroyed by what Mongol conqueror who died in 1227?
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan is correct. Although he was a prolific writer, the only book for which Jonathan Swift was paid was what satire, in which he created the land of Lilliput?
Gulliver's Travels.
Yes, the Lilliputians, the little people in Gulliver's Travels. That's right. Math for you right now. Take a look at your monitor, evaluate the expression, and give your answer as a positive integer.
60.
60 is correct. You're 7 for 7, so the bonus is up for grabs here if you go a perfect 8 for 8. The president who served the shortest term in office, just 1 month, was what 9th chief executive who was nicknamed Old Tippecanoe?
William Henry Harrison.
Tippecanoe and Tyler, too. Harrison and Tyler, yes. William Henry Harrison is Old Tippecanoe. You got it right. So not only you get the points, but also the bonus. And with that, we've got a very close game shaping up. North Allegheny now, your choice. Actually, you don't get a choice. Sorry, you get number 1. You indirectly chose when you gave Bethel Park 2, right? Okay, here we go. Again, the bonus is available if you go 8 for 8 in this round. It wasn't until 1859 that rabbits were introduced to what continent, which already had plenty of wombats and koala bears?
Australia.
Australia is correct. You'd have to travel over 2 billion miles if for any reason you wanted to visit what distant planet named for the Roman god of the sea?
Neptune.
Neptune is correct. Not one to play favorites, what young Macedonian conqueror, when on his deathbed in 323 BC, willed his empire to the strongest?
Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great or Alexander the Third. That is correct. Multiple choice in science. As the velocity of a freely falling body increases, does its potential energy increase, decrease, or remain the same?
Decrease.
It does decrease. You're halfway to the bonus as you're 4 for 4. Harry Truman thought that James Madison was at his best, not as president, but as author of what papers supporting the Constitution?
Federalist Papers.
The Federalist Papers, correct. A tube-nosed swimmer sounds like a scuba diver, but it's actually a biologist's description of what seabird shot by Coleridge's Ancient Mariner?
Albatross.
Albatross is correct. Math for you. Take a look at your monitor, please, and solve for X.
X equals 5.
X has to equal 5 for the area to be 125. You're 7 for 7. Bonus up for grabs for you as well. President Franklin Pierce belonged to the Aztec Club, a group composed of veterans of what war fought in the 1840s?
Spanish-American War.
It's actually the Mexican-American War. The Mexican-American War in the 1840s, but still, great run. And boy, look at that game that we have got going here. 390 for Fox Chapel, 380 for North Allegheny, 375 for Bethel Park. One more round to go. Only one of these teams will go to the playoffs. Hometown HighQ continue on this Saturday morning. It's been a tradition for 16 years here at KDKA, and so glad that you're spending part of your day with us. Let's see how these 3 great teams are doing as we make our way to the final round. Fox Chapel ahead of the class right now with 390. North Allegheny just 10 points back at 380, and Bethel Park 15 points behind the lead at 375. Hands on your buzzers. Questions are worth 20 or 30 points. If it is just a clue that I read, it's 20. If you see a visual clue, it's worth 30, right or wrong. For many years, English courts would not conduct business on what date that appears on the calendar, North Allegheny?
Christmas?
No, February 29th, or Leap Year Day. Once every 4 years it appears in the calendar. The medieval kingdom of Benin, B-E-N-I-N, is famous for its beautiful sculptures made of what metallic alloy of copper and tin? Bethel Park.
Bronze.
Bronze is correct. And with that, you have jumped into the lead. 1940 Supreme Court ruling affirmed the right of striking union workers to set up what sort of line outside of North Allegheny?
A picket line?
A picket line outside of businesses where they have the labor dispute. 30-point question here. This 16th century engraving depicts what Algonquin chief who was the father of Pocahontas? Fox Chapel.
Powhatan?
That is correct. The names of 21 of our states all end with what same vowel? Bethel Park.
A.
Pennsylvania is one of them. You got it correct. A regulation Major League Baseball has how many stitches? Equal to the number of innings in 12 regular season. North Allegheny? What's your answer?
108.
108 is correct. Well done. Minute 45 to go in the game. Multiple choice. The entropy of an isolated system that is changing trends toward a minimum, a maximum, or zero. Multiple choice. What is it? Minimum, maximum, or zero? Anybody want to try it? Fox Chapel.
Maximum.
Maximum is correct. 30-point question here. Mad is he? Then I hope he bites some of my other generals. It's a quote. George III said it about a British general who lost his life even as his army won the Battle of Quebec in 1759. Who was he? General James Wolfe, with 1:08 to play in our game. Cigars are sometimes called stogies because cigars were favored by drivers of what kind of covered wagons? North Allegheny?
Conestoga wagons?
Conestoga. The word stogie abbreviates that type of wagon. You're correct with 52 seconds to play. Wilhelm Röntgen might have said, "I can see right through you," when he discovered what band of electromagnetic radiation? Bethel Park?
X-ray.
X-rays in 1895. You have almost a lead change again. Before 1850, the Marine Corps had no officer with a rank higher than that of what Army officer wearing a silver? Bethel Park?
George Washington?
No, the rank was actual colonel. A silver eagle insignia represents that. 30-point question here. Supposedly, this snowy path led to another home of an unhappy woman who titled a novel by Leo Tolstoy. Bethel Park.
Anna Karenina.
Anna Karenina, correct. Now, in 2011, President Obama became the first chief executive since Kennedy to visit what U.S. Commonwealth in the Caribbean? North Allegheny.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is correct, and that is the end of our game.
Westfield Insurance Hometown HighQ is brought to you by Westfield Insurance. Sharing knowledge, building trust.
Boy, what a game we had as it goes right down to the final question. Let's see how it all adds up. 440 points for Fox Chapel, 440 points for North Allegheny, and Bethel Park has just 5 more, and they end up winning by 5. Congratulations to Bethel Park. What a great game it was as it goes back and forth. And as I said before the game even started, any of these 3 teams could win the whole thing. It just so happens they're played in a first-round matchup. Congratulations. Very well played. And for those of you who have a little extra time in the next week, pick up a book or a magazine and read. I promise you're never too young or never too old to learn something new. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Hometown HighQ.